It's time to Cele-BRUNCH.
Yes, and we are bringing broccoli and cheddar together in this amazing filling.
Oh, and then we're gonna bake it to perfection.
Oh, buttery crust
Savory filling.
and just amazing taste.
We love this
It's so
quiche.
good.
I know, so I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My quiche loving Loon.
That's right, quiche me.
Real Loons love quiche.
That's right. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says quiche me.
Quiche me. I'm gonna quiche you with this.
That's
We're
wonderful.
making one of the best quiches in the world. So let's get
Yes.
started. First of all, we've got some broccoli here. I've got 2 cups of broccoli florets. Use fresh if you possibly can. It's really good. But we want to soften them up a
Soften
little
them
bit.
up.
I want to soften them.
And this keeps them really bright. Does it give them nice and
I mean,
vibrant green?
It does. They're going to be great. They're going to be blanched, and that's going to be about 5 minutes that we're going to do that.
But y'all blanch.
Okay.
And this crust, this is Chris is amazing. I can't talk. Chris's amazing pie dough. It's so good.
Yeah, so it's really easy to make. We make it in our food processor. We've got the recipe on the post and in the description. You can use store-bought, of course, no problem. But let me tell you, we got our pie dough. I had it chilling in the fridge, so I put a little flour on my surface. I took the plastic off, and then I just used my palm to start to get it kind of flattened, and then use a rolling pin to roll it out. You want to try to keep an even thickness to about 12 inches wide. Then I just used my rolling pin to very carefully roll it up and then unroll it onto our tart pan. And this is a tart pan. I have a link for it available for you. It's the bottomless kind, so the sides come away from it. It's really cool.
It's cool, but you gotta be careful.
We'll show you
Don't
that.
forget.
We'll show you why you have to kind of keep an eye on it. Or you can do this in just a pie pan as well. And then we got some scissors, just trimmed away the edges. Then
you just tuck them over
just
the
kind
rest.
of tuck them over with your fingers. You want a little extra girth up here at the top. And you want the kind of to go up, just extend up above the edge of the pan, if possible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All
Carry
right.
on,
So we're
Loon.
gonna par bake this. This means we're gonna get this going before we put the filling in it. And I'm just gonna fork it a couple of times.
So this is called blind baking, and this is important because we're putting the cream base.
How much should I fork?
That's okay. You did a good job forking.
Thank you.
So anyway, then what happens is if we just put that cream in there and then it's going to bake for about 45 minutes, it's going to get the bottom kind of soggy and it's not going to cook properly. So this is a technique called blind baking.
Yes.
And I just got these as a Christmas gift. These are my pie weights.
I love them.
I have a link to them also. They're fun. If you don't have pie weights, don't fret. I, for years, used dried beans. I've even used pennies. Just make sure that you're going to put something like parchment paper or foil. You don't want to put your dirty pennies in there.
No.
Okay. And then, so now, as the Loon said, the bottom of this comes out. So you're going to learn the hard way. If you don't put it on a baking pan, it's going to come apart for you.
I've learned that lesson.
It's just remember, don't forget that. Okay, we've got our oven preheated to 375, and we're going to let it go for 30 minutes until it's nice and golden.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yay!
just like that, we have crust and we have perfectly cooked broccoli. So let me talk about my broccoli first.
Right.
So when we last left you, it was blanching and boiling right away. We went only about 5 minutes, and then I wanted to stop the cooking. So what I did was I just drained it into a colander. What did I do?
You drained it.
I drained it into a colander first, so to get rid of that hot water.
Right.
And then I had an ice bath water. My mind starts to go. And so then
and then you just put it in the
put
ice
that in
bath.
there, and
The ice bath.
The ice bath. That stops the cooking. Then you want to dry it off. So you got after it's cool enough to handle, then get just some paper towels and just press the water out. And here you go. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's
and then
talk
this
that.
crust. So 30 minutes we waited for this crust to get par baked, and then we just took it out and very carefully removed those hot ceramic beads. Yes. And we're gonna let those cool down. And
be careful when you're doing that. I've done it where pennies or beans have gone all over the place.
Yes, because they're hot.
Hot beans. Okay.
And now we're ready to assemble.
Yeah. Well, you're going to start, and I'm going to make the
so I'm going to
filling.
throw in my broccoli, and I'm going to throw in some cheese. I'm going to do it all over the place.
Okay. You're going to line the bottom of that. Okay. So I'm going to make this incredible filling. So this is a cup of heavy cream, and then I just do this in my measuring cup because we're going to pour it right in there. And then I've got 1 egg. No, I've got 2 eggs. And then we've got one of my favorite things to cook with, some Dijon mustard. This is a tablespoon of just good old Dijon. And then another one of my favorite things to cook with is fresh dill. This is a tablespoon. If you're crazy for dill, sometimes I do 2 tablespoons, but it can get a little heavy on the dill. So I recommend 1 tablespoon of fresh dill. You could use dried, of course, just go with a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I've got my trusty little whisk here, and I'm just gonna continue to mix this until it's fully mixed and those eggs are all mixed together. Oh,
how's it going?
It's going.
I'm ready for you.
Look at that over there.
Yeah, I got my broccoli and my cheese. Actually, I could just live with broccoli and cheese.
That's gorgeous right there. This is such a festive. It's really great in the springtime. We love having people over, and we make a batch of our gazpacho, and we serve this. And
yes,
it's just like
there we go.
So
just
wonderful.
Pour that all up in there.
Now
look at that. Oh, y'all, this is gonna be so good.
I tell you, it sets as it's baking, and it's just beautiful. Oh. Now, sometimes I made this, and you be careful. You don't want to overflow it with your filling, but it looks like we're going to be good here.
Yes, and what I'm going to do when Chris is done.
What are you going to do? I'm anxious to hear this.
Well,
what are you going to do?
I'm going to surprise you.
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to do this, because that's cool enough now for me to do. Just to get it all in there.
Yeah.
And just move it all.
And that's okay to kind of get a little help with your spoon, too. And then that's going to poof, to use a really culinary term.
Oh, y'all.
As it bakes. So we've still got our oven set at 375, and we're going to let it now go for 45 minutes, and sometimes
that's like forever.
Well, it goes by quickly because then we make mimosas. Yeah. But you may keep an eye on the exterior of the crust here. It may get a little too brown for you, so if that's the case, just wrap some foil around it. You could do that now, or I've got a link to this fabulous little contraption that just goes over the edge like that. There. But I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to keep an eye on it.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
It's quiche time! Yay! Quiche me!
Oh, this is the scary part.
No, it's not. Have a little faith. So I went ahead and put my little trusty dusty because it was not getting nice and brown on the edges, but that's okay. I'm gonna tough this out.
Careful, Chris. It's hot.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I would like to tell you. So a lot of times when I make this, I make the crust in advance, which is great, and then I come back. Oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yay!
And then I come back and I make the quiche. And a lot of times when I bake the quiche, I bake it at 350. But as you remember, I just put it right back in there, and it was at 375. So this actually only went for 35 minutes. It's still baked perfectly. So just keep an eye on it. If it's getting nice and brown like that, then it's done. And you can tell when that egg has set. All right, now this is the trick.
There you go.
That scares the loon. So we put it right here on this, and now watch this.
Yay!
It just falls away like magic. That's what takes a little bit of practice.
Yes, now this is, actually you can do that.
I think I can just do it, and we're just going to set it right back here very carefully.
So let it cool.
And then we're going to let it cool. Let it cool, it's going to set this is wonderful served room temperature. What?
I want people to just be right there.
Yeah. To serve at room temperature, we do that all the time, or you can serve it nice and hot out of the oven. But we're going to let it
give our mouths a break.
For once. We're going to let it cool for just a few minutes, and then we're going to dig in. Okay. I am so excited for this.
I love this quiche.
I do too.
It's just so full of flavor. And that cheddar cheese.
I know.
I just love it.
It's so flavorful.
All right, come on.
I know. It's, me, and the first cut is always so
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Scoot it on over to me.
Come on, quiche. Whoever said real men don't eat quiche, remember that? I don't know that.
Careful, don't fling my quiche. There you go, perfect.
Is that not a perfect?
Y'all,
that's a perfect piece of quiche.
That is gorgeous, Chris.
You guys, it's so much fun to make. And I'm telling you, it's just one of those brunchy things that people just flip for.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to try and do this so that you guys can witness every last piece of it. There it is. Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to take a bite.
Okay, let's go in. There is just something about
Oh, that
Perfect
is
with-
so good.
So homemade tasting. It's
Oh,
so
the broccoli and the cheddar. And
broccoli
then
and cheddar were just born to
the,
like.
right. But then the cream in the middle with the egg.
And the hint of dill. Isn't that good?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
It's the real deal.
I forgot about that. Look at
You
that,
guys, this is so awesome. And like I said, it's really good served room temperature. So you can make it in advance.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
It is really good.
And,
Yes.
and it's 1,000%.
Woo! Yay! I tell you, I've got my quiche quotient. Is that even a little? I don't know. All right. I don't know. I am so.
Make a quiche and quiche someone. Quiches all around.
Quiche them in the quiche stir. All right. Bye, everybody. We love you.